Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I hope you're having a wonderful day as always. My name is Ksenia and on this channel I help international students and immigrants in the United States. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I highly suggest that you do. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to obtain a social security number in the United States. A social security number is a hugely important part in every American's life. A social security number is a 9-digit number, and this number is issued by the Social Security Administration. So like I said, a social security number is one of the most common identification methods for the purposes of mainly taxation, but also employment, banking, and also enrolling in Social Security benefits. As a non-immigrant who is eligible to work in the United States, you may need to obtain a Social Security number. If you are currently an international student, you're probably aware of the fact that you can work in the United States to a certain extent. You can work on a college campus, for example, and in some cases, you don't even need a social security number to work for your college campus. However, later down the line, having a social security number can be very useful. If you are somebody with CPT or OPT or even H-1B visa, in this situation, you will most likely have to obtain a social security number in order to be employable anywhere else outside of your college campus. And another thing that I want to say is, even though you may not necessarily need a social security number to be employed, when the time comes to submitting tax returns, you will need to obtain something to help you get identified with the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, or the federal agency that takes care of all the tax matters. For those people who don't have a social security number, they will need to obtain something known as Individual Taxpayers Identification Number, ITIN, which is also an alternative to a social security number for those who don't have one but still need to be able to pay taxes or submit their tax returns. Applying for the ITIN can take quite a long time, and you may miss the tax filing deadlines. But obtaining a social security number ahead of time may not only help you with submitting your taxes, but also in other matters, such as applying for an American bank account. Now let's actually talk about how you would go about obtaining a social security number and what documents you will need to obtain one, especially if you are an international student or a non-immigrant authorized to work in the United States. Don't try to apply for a social security number if you don't yet have a job offer. So to apply for a social security number as an individual authorized to work, you will need to provide extensive information about your employment. The reason why is because your social security number will only be valid for work and not other purposes, such as receiving social security benefits, which is also known as public benefits such as healthcare, food stamps, etc. The application process goes as follows. First of all, you will need to locate an application known as Social Security Card Application SS-5. This is something that you can search for on the internet, and it's usually one of the first results that comes up. An SS-5 application will be something that you fill out to take with you to the Social Security Administration. As a non-citizen or non-permanent resident, you will most likely have to complete this application process in person. The second step is obviously to bring your application and any supporting documents to the Social Security Administration. Let's talk about the supporting documents that are suggested to be brought with you. Obviously, bring the SS5 application. Second, you will need to bring proof of identity. This can be your current unexpired passport with the admission stamp to show that you have been legally admitted to the United States. Next, you will need to bring proof of age. For this, you can also use your passport. Next, you will need to bring proof of your immigrant status and authorization for employment. For this, you will most likely need to bring with you your Form I-94, which is your arrival departure record. This will be used to show that you have been legally admitted to the United States on a specific type of visa as well. If you are an international student, you will need to bring a copy of your I-20 or DS 2019. And finally, you will need to bring proof of work eligibility. So the first thing that you would want to bring with you is a letter from your international student's office, which can provide a letter confirming you as an international or exchange student in the United States. Some colleges will provide a letter stating that you are generally employable on campus, and some will show a specific place of employment that you are looking to work at. Other proof of your employability or eligibility to work will be a letter from your actual employer or the Human Resources Office that will demonstrate what kind of work you were hired to do. Name of your employer, address, what kind of position you will be holding, how many hours you're planning to work. So with all of these documents, you will have to go to the Social Security Administration near you to apply for a Social Security number. Like I already said, it is something that will have to be done most likely in person. Considering all the COVID restrictions, I highly suggest that you find the phone number for your local Social Security Administration office in your state, contact them and ask them about the procedures for applying for a Social Security number as a non-citizen, as an international student, for example. Be prepared to spend a long time at this office, just like you would at the DMV, for example. These kinds of offices are to this day very archaic and they operate very slowly. So when it comes to applying for something like this, be prepared to spend a long time there. The application for the Social Security number / Social Security card is completely free. You will pay for it with your sanity. So you may be wondering, why do I have to submit so much employment information when it comes to applying for a Social Security card? It seems like for US citizens, all they have to bring is proof of identity and proof of their birth. This is because, like I said earlier, the Social Security number, the Social Security card that you will obtain will only be valid for work with DHS authorization, which is something that will be listed on your Social Security card. As a non-citizen, you will only be eligible to use your Social Security number to strictly work. You will not be able to apply for any Social Security benefits. A lot of people frequently ask me, if I have received a Social Security number when I was an international student or when I had OPT, and now I am a green card holder, do I have to do anything with my Social Security number? Or do I have to apply for a new one when I, for example, pursue immigration? No. Once you receive your Social Security number, that is the one number that you will use basically forever, or for as long as you remain in the United States. Your Social Security number will not change. Of course, the one thing that you may want to do when you actually become a US citizen after naturalization, for example, adjust your card to say that it is no longer for employment only and that it is now full-blown card that will allow you to apply for public benefits. Take your card very seriously. Take your Social Security number very seriously. Memorize this number and keep this card safe. If you happen to lose your Social Security number, it can be used to actually steal your identity. In the future, as you go through your day-to-day life, when it comes to confirming your identity with various agencies in the United States, very often they will ask you to, for example, say the last 4 digits of your social security number. So, as you can probably guess, if somebody steals your card and knows your social security number and can use the last 4 digits to verify your identity, they can actually mess up your life pretty badly. So please make sure that you don't lose this card and that you remember your social security number by heart. So I hope that you guys found this video useful. If you have recently applied for a social security number, by recently I mean in the past year during which we had the whole COVID situation, comment under this video to let other people know what the process has been like for you, what state you're located in, and how you were able to navigate this system. Continue to stay safe, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Adios!